Hi folks, it's Lapp, and I'm writing an essay on how to improve the marketing for a certified water brand. Now you might be wondering why there's nothing on this document, and it's actually because I've been writing on pencil this entire time.
You see this here? That's called a letter. What do you do with letters? Make words, and use words to state sentences. So how do you make them?
That is the dumbest question I've ever heard.
Rewrite to compose and create words into something that can replicate our language. In other words, it's basically like talking, but taken in a different way. And while not all places use a writing system, or have the same symbols, or create the same language, it's definitely known and still used today. Take for example a memorable event. Making a speech about it will be forgotten by the press in a few days, so writing about it would not only make it readable for generations, but also cover multiple things without having to worry about it verbally.
So what does that have to do with you writing on my screen?
If you suck at handwriting like Yuri from Doki Doki Literature Club, people can't read it. In other words, it's possibly not understood by everyone since everyone has different handwriting styles. Doing things by hand shows that this was created manually, so these days we do writing in two different ways. You see, you think writing on paper is the only way to quote-unquote write? Surprisingly no, that's called handwriting. So then what is the other way to write? This thing. This abomination plagiarized the alphabet and inserted a number pad. Like what? Am I supposed to call someone with this? They think I'm a nerd. Regardless of its physical features, this thing makes writing a lot easier. It also gives you a free subscription to Arthritis. People use this because it's a lot faster than handwriting, and what you type is very flexible in terms of what you put in. With today's technology, you even have the luxury of having autocorrection systems that fixes grammar and punctuation issues, which is so much easier compared to having to figure it out and fixing it to yourself in handwriting. You even get to customize the way your text looks depending on which software you use. Specifically, a change in color, size, font, and formatting.
In other words, you can write the Bible twice. That's how powerful it is.
But just like Paper Mario Origami King, it has its flaws. For people who barely use keyboards and don't know how to press buttons, that's a problem. And sure, while it's the same with learning how to write on paper, keyboards require finger speed and accuracy. And yes, the average American can type up to 40 words per minute, while handwriting takes 13 words in a minute. But that doesn't mean that handwriting isn't the primary way of writing now.
That still doesn't answer my question.
While I said that typing is another way of writing, it's incredibly different. If I said I was writing an essay but was using a computer to create it, would still be called writing. You're definitely composing text and forming something into a literary form by typing them out like writing. But it's completely different from handwriting. Handwriting enforces us to experience the creation of calligraphy, and we obviously have to still write on paper. It's part of our everyday lives to use handwriting, because if this didn't exist, then we'd still be using it either way. Handwriting and typing also alters the way we learn how to be a writer in general, but both of them teach us a different way of flow and thought in terms of writing. It even comes down to muscle memory and how writers determine what they would incorporate into their literature. But what makes them different is that handwriting focuses more on creating the definitive writing experience, while typing is simply the most efficient and effective way of conveying something written.
Well, after writing about water being water, I'm gonna show this to my team. Hey, so I just wanted to say that this is a great meeting so far. Look at all the people participating.